Hi, we're here with Mires de la Rosa, owner of RIG VERT. Could you introduce us yourself and your brand?
Hi, I'm Mer, as she said, and I'm the owner of RIG VERT, which is a vintage store um, based on beautiful clothing, special and unique materials, and the community around it.
Okay, so could you tell us when you started with RIG VERT?
I started RIG VERT in 2022, so like around 3 years ago,
Okay.
and but it started very like never thinking it would actually become something. So it's been properly the project. It's been happening for the last 2 years.
Okay, so you're from Santander.
Yes.
Did the project start as a project to stay there, or was your plan already to start doing it online and reaching like international?
First, it was never my plan to be in Santander. Like that's my city, that's where I'm from. But I was at the time living here in Madrid, and for me, it was never a plan to be back in Santander doing this. It Everything started thinking about the international part. Like I wanted to reach international customers, but it was never the plan to do it from there. That was an accident.
I'm guessing, did you have always a love for clothing?
Yes.
Could you tell me what makes you decide on a piece versus another? What is it that you look for in your brand?
I look for uniqueness for playful things. I wanna when I dress up, I wanna feel fun and sexy and mysterious and cool. So I like it to be all of those things. Like I would like to find pieces that really make me feel unique in a way and also make me feel good.
I want to ask you, to this day, what is your inspiration when it comes to your brand identity and the pieces also?
Inspiration in which sense?
So it could be from anything. It could be a movie, this person, this. I'm talking aesthetically, not your
Okay.
personal inspiration as a brand, as a designer, you know?
I would say my inspiration for the visuals and the aesthetic part of Rick Bird is definitely the beauty around me, where I'm from, my family, especially my mom and my dad, which they have a very interesting approach to aesthetic in both their different expertise. So I would say I'm not mainly inspired in one thing. I'm just inspired by the environment and the pieces itself.
You say that they have an interesting aesthetic. How come do they work in a creative field in some way?
My dad is an architect, so I
Obviously.
grew up surrounded by beautiful buildings, and I was always like brought to random locations, not only like as a like in spaces and all these things, but also like he was always into very different cultures like music and movies. So he always was taking me with him as a little kid. So I was always like thinking, oh my god, I'm always surrounded by old people
But that
because
makes it
he
interesting.
was always taking me to these random places like I don't know, a conference, and there was somebody giving a speech or something like this, and it was
That's
like
so
about
cute.
something I had no idea what it was. But I think I got inspired there. I was so bored that, but somehow I got it. So I think he'll teach me so much.
Yeah.
Also about being honest. Like he teach me about like honest things that happen in buildings, like things that are there because of a reason. And I like to do the same with the clothes that are
I need
in
to interview your
Rigbert.
dad also.
He's fantastic. He's such a character. He's such a character. And then my mom, I grew up with like surrounded by magazines by her. Like she was so
Nice.
passionate. She had all the Vogue magazines. She had all like crazy clothes in her wardrobe. I was always playing to dress up. Also, I wanted to say that talking about my mom, she now works in the project.
Oh wow.
So
How's that going? Working with your mom?
oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah?
It was my dream as a kid. I was like, I saw her working in many jobs, and not many jobs, but very harsh jobs. And my dream was to give her like a fun, cute job that she could could grew into and feel, I don't know, have fun while doing so.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like an honor.
That's so cute, so wholesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, so you have Rig Vert, and recently, I don't know how recently, you have now your vermouth brand.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me how you came up with it and what are your plans for it?
So vermouth grew like appear or showed up very organically, as I was telling you earlier. Like we were doing events all the time with Rig VERT, and I was always like curating these things, like what I'm like, who I'm gonna invite, and what is the amazing food I'm gonna put there, and drinks, because I wanted to people to not only come for the clothes but because of the experience. You know, I wanted to treat my customers as well, and the people who would show up. So it started there. I was throwing so much event, like so many events, that I was like maybe I should create something. Maybe I should, maybe I should create something that actually would be part of Rigbet. And everything started just as a like an idea of merchandising. You know,
Okay.
I was like, let me just create like something that I can just have on
Yeah.
the Rigbert events, but it's only part of Rigbert, you know. But then when I started developing the project, which I understood that it was very hard to do a beverage company,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm not doing all this for nothing. This should be have like its own soul and its
Yeah.
own life. So that's how it
Obviously.
happened.
Was it harder because he was an alcoholic beverage or no?
I think first because I had no idea what I was putting myself into. I had no idea how to start a company like this. So it was hard just because of everything. I had
Yeah.
no expertise in the topic. So I had to start from
crazy.
scratch, Googling and asking people. And
You're a self-made CEO.
I'm very self made, I have to say.
That's so nice. And I have to say that vermouth is really good. I have tried it personally and I love it.
Yeah, you know, the fun part is that when we had the final version, we were giving it to try to people in one of Rigbert events, and people didn't know that that was going to be an actual brand. So then people were trying it, and then everybody for like during that event were drinking everything, and then everybody after that were asking always like, oh, that vermouth, where I can get it, la 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 la. It was
Actually, you can get it
amazing,
right here.
and that's how we knew, like, okay, like it's like
This
if
is
people
it.
really, if people are talking about a drink that you give them for free and
Claro.
want to buy it, it's insane. You made it.
Obviously, that's so nice.
Yeah. So
Okay, I wanted to ask you randomly, what is the craziest person that has worn Rigver?
we'll think about this, but I would say Kylie Jenner recently was wearing one of
Okay.
our jewelry
Impressive.
pieces, one of our aircrafts. That was wild.
Really?
Yeah. She posted the pictures and everything. So I never thought she would post it. So I was like absolutely
Oh damn! You
speechless.
that's how you know you made it. If a Kardashian wears your clothing.
Definitely, I was so impressed. And like we did this project together with Virginia Evangelista, which is a fantastic, not only human being but also a jewelry maker.
Yeah.
And when this happened, it's like so cool.
But it was her jewelry that you chose for your collection.
No,
or
we
how
made
did-
this. We
you made it
like
together.
we made it together. We do capsule collections with artists and designers,
I
and we
didn't
do
know
a,
that.
a special thing that we own. Like we are the ones only selling it.
Yeah.
So then it's so fun to come together with artists and then find something like.
And it's extra special when it gets discovered and it's something that you've actually.
No, like for me, I mean, first of all, like whenever I'm working with somebody, like I don't have any talents, but I'm so good
What do you
recognizing
mean?
them.
What do you
I'm so good recognizing them. Like when I saw her,
You have
her
good taste.
work,
Really good taste. That's a talent.
I might, but that you can learn, you know.
I don't know.
But I definitely
I don't know.
see when people is like very good at doing something, and Virginia definitely is one of these people.
Yeah.
We did other things together with other designers and artists, which is always super fun. But her specifically is like, wow, I don't know. We were so happy, like we were calling each other, like, oh my god, like going crazy.
That's so,
So
nice.
that's a big milestone, I
We
guess.
can probably find a print of the Kylie Jenner post in your store or not yet.
That will happen. That will happen. I should do that
I
though.
think you should do
I
that.
should put like at least a small picture
Yeah.
of her wearing it,
100%.
like close
Like
to
a
the-
doctor's diploma.
Exactly.
That's a verification.
Yeah. I should.
Okay, so last question is
Okay.
if you could dress anyone, and from anyone I mean like from a celebrity, yeah, but like it could also be something crazy like the entire wardrobe of this movie or this artist. Who would it be?
I think I would love it to be like, but I think every vintage person would say that.
What?
Every person in the vintage world, I would say Bella Hadid,
Sí.
because like I think Rick Barry is so her. I would see her wearing a lot of clothes. Like I think she would love it.
She's
So
friends with Kylie, so you can make it happen.
definitely, but like I think she's super cool and like she would look stunning in every Rigby piece. And this is not because of anything. I truly think she would love it.
Yeah.
Who else?
Think well, we're saved by a car, from a car.
Who else?
Wouldn't you love? Because I feel like there's a pattern that I see in the clothing. Every piece is completely different, and they have like different worlds that they could live in. But I feel like sometimes I see a pattern in between, like different, like the blouses, and it has a bit of like vampiresque. I don't know how to say, like very like royal, but
Yeah, like
not.
Victorian.
Yeah,
I'm
and
such
I
a
see it
fan.
like in a movie. I don't know why. Like a not even a Tim Burton movie. It needs to be. I probably don't know the name of any particular director in this area, but I imagine like a whole movie, or like maybe a character like, for example, Elena Bonham Carter, something like that. Is there anybody that inspires you in that sense? Or
There's definitely a lot of people that inspire me so much in many different fields. I would need to get deeper into that.
we need to make a Pinterest board and,
Yeah.
and get back to you.
Yes, but I don't
The
know.
DJ is coming. We're filming.
The DJ has
The
arrived.
DJ is coming.
Gracias. Yeah, I would need to think about this. Definitely, there's a lot of
So
people.
Bella Hadid.
She's the one that like would I would be so proud of.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people. I have to say that in the past few like years, especially this year, a lot of people has reached out to be dressed by Rick Beard, like big people.
Tell
So
us somebody else. Apart from Kylie. Car. Ah.
it's like I don't want to say because it's their stylist that they are reaching out. So I don't want to disclose their names. But whenever it's whenever
Pretty much more people reach out to you to dress celebrities.
yes, which I find it like quite
Crazy.
crazy that they'd even know like the stylists that they
No, no,
make
no.
the decisions. Like they consider Rickberg as being like interesting enough to reach
course.
out and find a way to make it work. Like that's also for me like a
That's
thank you so
nice.
much.
That's so nice. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I admire your work so much. So, well, let's see how the rest of the pop-up goes.
Let's see. I think it's going very well, and people
Yeah.
are having fun. They're looking amazing.
And they're
People-
gonna start drinking soon.
we're
so
gonna
that's
start
gonna be
drinking soon. Not vermouth this time,
It's okay. It's okay.
but I think it's gonna be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy